Questions in the press box?
Yeah, Kyle, Reed Spencer with Sporting News. When you were trying to keep Casey behind you when he was coming up after the pit road speeding penalty, seemed like the top of the track really worked really well for you at that point. After the next set of pit stops, it seemed like you had to go to the bottom in order to gain ground on the 10 car. Was the track changing that much? Was the car changing that much? And second, would you define a soft burnout?
You know, the going back and forth from the bottom to the top, I can really run well for about 10 laps on the bottom, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not gaining on those guys anymore, so I try to start search around, and then I really fall back because I'm spending too much time searching instead of running a line and concentrating on how to make that better. And so I ran the bottom for a wee bit more, and then finally when I got to the 10, you know, the top kind of came back to my car, and I started running the top again. So it's back and forth. You know, the long run stuff, my car really liked the top, but it took it about 30 laps before I could get up there. So you know, I'd seem to lose a little bit for the first 30, and then we could really start coming on for about the final 25 before pit stops. And you know, I felt like, you know, if we would have raced to the checkered, I was on the top there at the end of the race, feeling really good about it, and pulling away from the 22 again. So you always got to keep your open mind and keep trying to find something.
Any other questions in the press box?
Oh, I think he was asking about a soft burnout. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Soft burnout.
It was a soft burnout. I didn't turn above 7,000 RPM, so that's a pretty soft burnout. A lot of these other guys, you know, they just run it against the chip, and hurt the motor. So we got to run this motor again. So I did a soft burnout.
Good boy.
Kerry, we should be clear from up top.
Okay. Thank you. Question backside. Go ahead.
Hi, Pete McCall with AutoRacing1.com. A question for Jason. Was there ever a question on that final round of pit stops about coming in, or were you guys going to stay out no matter what?
Well, I knew scanning the 22, I knew that they were going to do whatever we did. And, you know, after watching the All-Star race last week, I knew that I felt like if it came to that and we were leading the race, if the car was handling okay, that was going to be the call. So, you know, when it came out, I was pretty confident that that's what we needed to do. And then when I heard the 22 say that they were going to do whatever the 18 did, that just kind of solidified our decision. But I was surprised that many came behind them because we've seen, you know, even with new tires after every pit stop, it would take, you know, 5 or 6 laps for the car to really get going. And I knew that, you know, we were going to have at best maybe 8 laps.
Any other questions downstairs? Right here.
Mike Neff, frontstretch.com. Jason, what would have been the point where you would have probably come? Would it have been 20 laps, 25 laps, or due to the fact that it was down to 10 or a little bit less, you knew you were staying out? But when it had been about 20 or 25 laps, would you have come in and gotten 2?
I think if it would have been over 20 laps, yes. Like I said, I knew it would take. You were going to need 6 or 7 green laps consecutive for your car to really, for the tires to come up and you really start taking advantage of those tires. And that's enough laps that if you're the leader and you come, they're all going to come with you. But when it gets down to the last, 10 laps, and we saw that every restart, you get a caution. So, there was 10 laps during that caution you're talking about, but we only ran maybe 4 green when it was all said and done. So. All we had to do was beat them for 4 laps, and Kyle's so good on the restarts that I felt like we could do it.
Question right over here.
Kyle, can you talk about the patience and how hard it was to have the patience to, when you're down earlier in the race to kind of take it easy and come back gradually instead of forcing something and maybe making a mistake?
Well, there wasn't much patience there when the 38 was on my tail. I was like, man, I gotta go. I gotta find something here and try to get away from him because I didn't want to go that extra lap down, whatever that was. Wait, we were back on the lead lap then. I just didn't want to go a lap down. So I had to search around and try to find something there. So there was a sense of urgency right there. But once, I don't know if he had issues or what happened, but once he kind of fell off, then I just started running consistently and trying to run some good lap times because up at the top, I'm very good at finding the fence when I run the top lane, so I've always got to be a little bit conscious of that and try to underdrive the car a little bit rather than overdrive it so we can keep the right side on it and try to make it to the end of the race.
Any other questions? Okay, again, congratulations to the number 18
All right,
team.
thanks.
And good luck tomorrow, Kyle and JD, in the Coca-Cola 600.